Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen reports the once and possibly future presidential candidate seems to be putting plenty of daylight between herself and the incumbent.
In her sharpest criticism yet of her old boss, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton told Jeffrey Goldberg of The Atlantic that President Obama is cautious on foreign policy and lacks, quote, an overarching framework for it.
She's looking at the near-term future of Al-Qaeda and ISIS and all these groups and saying, you know what, we failed to defeat them. That's going to be put on me if I'm the candidate, and so I better separate myself out from some of the policy troubles in the international arena that the Obama administration may be known for.
Clinton cited the early stages of the Syrian civil war, when the commander-in-chief rejected her advice to arm moderate rebels. The failure, Clinton said, to help build up a credible fighting force of the people who were the originators of the protests against Assad. There were Islamists, there were secularists, there was everything in the middle. The failure to do that left a big vacuum, which the jihadists have now filled. Speaking to the New York Times' Thomas Friedman last week, President Obama derided Clinton's proposal as a fantasy.
This idea that we could provide some light arms or even more sophisticated arms to what was essentially an opposition made up of former doctors, farmers, pharmacists, and so forth, and that they were going to be able to battle not only a well-armed state, but also a well-armed state backed by Russia, backed by Iran, a battle-hardened Hezbollah. That was never in the cards.
Clinton derided the phrase Obama aides often invoke to sum up his philosophy on foreign policy. Great nations, she told The Atlantic, need organizing principles, and don't do stupid stuff is not an organizing principle.
Secretary Clinton served in this administration for a very long time and worked on very tough issues with many people in this building. And look, she will be the first to say there are no easy answers.
When Clinton wondered whether the image of America as the conqueror of fascism and communism still resonates or is old-fashioned, she quickly added, "I'm about to find out," a comment some interpreted as a tip of the hand that Clinton is indeed running for president. Ed?